Okay, we go to section 3. What are the most legally complex or challenging aspect of the EB-3 applicant process, particularly with the F-260 form or consular interview? And what type of document, example, translation, educational equivalencies, or critical, and how should they be prepared to meet the U.S. standard? And can you explain the role of the document preparer versus an immigration lawyer in ensuring a smooth application process?
Sure. Okay. So, as a lawyer, I think that one of the most legally sort of complex aspects of the EB-3 is determining if someone's immigration history makes them ineligible, whether they decide to consular process or adjust their status. There are different requirements for each of those based on your and your immigration history could make you eligible for one, the other, or both. So that can be complex, especially nowadays when many of the people that I counsel are here in the United States, have been here for a long time on various types of permissions, and those can be complex sometimes to sort out what type of green card process the person is eligible for, if any. And also the other complex aspect of, I would say, the interview too, that one thing people worry about the most, I think, is that the officer may not believe that they have intent to work in that job. And so I'll discuss maybe a little later how you can best convey that information to the officer. The types of documents, so each embassy usually has a very detailed list of what you have to take to the interview. But normally that is going to be all your original civil documents, marriage, birth, divorce, all those kind of things, police clearances, an employment offer letter, the financial information to show your employer can still pay you. And if it's relevant, your education information. There is a table is called the reciprocity table for the Department of State, which tells you what a birth certificate, marriage certificate, police certificate, where you can obtain them, what they should look like, and all of those things. If you were in the United States too, you need to bring proof that you had legal status for basically the entirety of your time in the United States. So where a good document preparer comes in is they're usually working typically in the country where you are. That's the most typical type of document preparer. Although they are some in the United States. In certain states, they have immigration document preparers. But usually they are working in the country where you are, and they have a high level of familiarity with the way that particular embassy wants their packages organized, how to obtain that correct police clearance that the embassy may want specifically. Because a lot of times in different countries, there's many types of police clearances that you can obtain. So a good document preparer that has a lot of experience in that country or city will know exactly what it looks like and where to get it. Same with civil documents. They will know. A lot of times there's short birth certificates, long birth certificates. They'll know exactly the kind that the embassy wants for each purpose in that country. So they have a lot of very specific country-specific knowledge. Many document preparers also will work with a U.S. immigration attorney when they encounter people who have complexities in their cases. A good document preparer also will not give legal advice and tell you, the pros and cons of do this or don't do this. Document preparer will be able to navigate the Department of State's application for filling out forms is very tedious and has a lot of bugs, I guess you could say. And so a document preparer can do it much faster than you will be able to do it at home. It can be very frustrating to work with that system. So that's another advantage of working with a reputable document preparer. But a lawyer is going to be able to tell you if you're like, should I do this? Should I say this? Should I, if you have those kinds of questions, those are the kind of questions for a lawyer. If questions regarding your eligibility and actually, how to answer questions in the interview, those are things that where a lawyer would be the person to advise you.
That's great. I believe
Mhm.
our client will be have an appointment with you before the interview with the consular
Yeah.
officer.
I do talk to a lot of I do work with actually I have a relationship with document preparers in several countries that I know are reputable, and when people get to either the point of being the interview, then I work directly with the client to set up an interview preparation session.
That's
Mhm.
great. You're very helpful. I know. Every of our client when they meet you, they say, "Oh, Tiffany, very helpful."
Well,
Okay,
it's usually to make them feel more comfortable
comfortable.
before.
Yes,
That's really
yes.
the main purpose of it. Yeah.
Because normally people scare when they see
Yeah.
before they meet they going to meet the lawyer and they say, "Oh, I'm so scared, so nervous." Okay, but after they meet you, they say, "Oh, I feel comfortable to talk."
Yeah.
Yes.